With summer coming to an end, a lot of people are looking forward to hay rides, pumpkin patches, and corn mazes.
And one place in Lafayette is the master of fall-time celebrations. I took a trip out to Exploration Acres ahead of the opening to see how they create their legendary corn maze. Nestled between I-65 and US 52 in southern Tippecanoe County sits a farm.
Oh yeah.
A farm that for the past 10 autumns has been a Lafayette tradition.
Say, look at that pumpkin.
As summer turns to fall, the shapes of the corn maze, one of the state's largest in fact, begin to form. And for years, locals have asked folks at Exploration Acres the question, how do you do it? For the previous 9 years, Scott Fitzgerald would plant 18 acres of corn at the beginning of June. Months later, using GPS and steer path technology, he would carve the designs of his maze. But for his 10th maze, one that's design bears the likeness of his family farm, he changed it up.
What we did differently this year, though, is we actually planted the pattern.
He takes a no-till planter across his field, and as it hovers over the soil, it drops the seeds of the design.
I kind of liken it to how an inkjet printer prints on a sheet of paper. You know, the head goes across the sheet of paper, and when it's done, you've got an image. The same way with the planter. The planter is the printer head.
But with the new planting style, there were some rough patches to work through. He wanted to make sure his maze was perfect.
Came up, we had a terrific stand, and then we started walking down the maze path and realized we had a problem. For some of the corn, didn't get planted on the return pass just quite like we wanted, so we had to go back and actually replant on a 6-inch offset on some of our rows.
But it won't be a problem come opening on September 14th. Around 50,000 people are expected to lose their way amongst the 9 miles of paths this year. But getting lost in the maze is the fun part.
Just remember where we're going, though, because I don't have a maze map. Yeah, this is probably the cow. No, we are actually on the tire of the farm-all tractor. Well, no, this would be, yeah, would be the cow. We're far enough down.
Fitzgerald has a good time designing hard mazes, but this year's has a little more meaning to the family than most.
We did know that we were going to do something that was farm themed because this is the 10th maze we've done. We close at the very end of October, and usually by mid-November I've got a maze design. Here. People still have a very rural connection to the Midwest, and we wanted to have a place where they could come and celebrate that. This isn't something that we just start the day that we open. We're actually doing things year-round. So it's a relief to know that the maze made it, you know, it's here, the paths are in place, the pumpkins are orange, they're ready to be picked, and that people are, again, coming out to support us.
Exploration Acres is open September 14th and goes through October 29th.
That's really fascinating how they do that.
It was an interesting story hanging out with them and seeing just the difference in the two styles of how they make that maze. It's going to be a pretty cool year out there.